This is not a joke, and I'm not going to go deep on this because
Okay.
I'm still not getting what happened. I went in there, said,
The gist of this video is that the actor goes into a place because he's being recommended to go see a Reiki practitioner, and the very first thing the Reiki practitioner says is, you've got this very, very dark energy around you, this dark attachment to you, let me do a clearing. They do a clearing. He goes through all these crazy convulsions, and at the very end of that, he walks out, and the Reiki practitioner says, just so you know, I don't ever do that, and I'll never do that again. So that's the genesis and the base of this story. But let's just talk about some of my opinions on that. This is a non-educational approach. This is how you work without a series of knowing how we have to work with the process of the mind as well. Meaning that if someone walked into a space that I was in, and they were here to do some kind of healing, some kind of facilitation of healing, what do you think would happen if I said, there is an evil attachment around you? Trust me, I know. What are you going to do? All of a sudden, your sympathetic nervous system is going to engage. You're going to retreat into your body. You're going to go through judgment and fear and a whole series of projections that are already pre-templated into your mind before I even start my experience, which means that your adrenaline and everything is going to be highly activated in that, which is a non-neutral response. So for any kind of practitioner to say, you've got all this evil stuff going on, you got to come to me and I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to fix it, regardless of his experience, because he had a big experience afterwards, there's no education in that experience. And the practitioner, he talks about, didn't really say anything afterward, just like, get out of here, I don't want to see you again. That's non-education. So what does that mean? When you are in the process, when you have the ability to help move energy out with no education, that individual who is in the receiving mode of you being a healer for them are going to bring it back. They're going to bring it back because that's the natural synaptic response. It's going to come back because that kind of energy has a connection to your mind. And your mind is brought in that kind of energy because the mind has dropped its frequency down. So we have to educate what happens on a quantifiable frequency of energy alignment. I'm not talking about crazy spiritual stuff, which is awesome. We can talk about that, but that's not the point of energy work. The point of energy work is to have quantifiable practices. So my response to this video is, just because you can does not mean that you should. And just because you have a sign on your door that says Reiki practitioner, highly recommended, 10,000 likes on Yelp, just because you have that does not make you fit to guide someone through a process that has long-lasting, yielding results.